back because I predict these things.
Iwo Baraniewski takes on Ibo Aslan this Saturday at UFC 323. And this is Ivo's UFC debut. He is 6-0, undefeated, coming in off of a pretty devastating knockout on Dana White's Contender Series back in September. He was a pretty sizable underdog, plus 240 heading into that one, taking on the undefeated Muhammad Ali. Got him out of there in 20 seconds with an overhand right, and then finishing him off on the ground. Before that, 5-0 in his professional career. All finishes within the first round. 2 arm bars, 3 knockouts. So he's got 4 KOs, 2 submissions now on his professional record. 20 amateur fights, lost 3 of those. So went 17-3 on the amateur circuit, which is good. You know, I feel like a lot of guys, they'll take like 2 AMI fights and then hop right in there as a pro. So I like what I see from Iwo Baraniewski. You can tell that he's kind of taking his career seriously, not really wanting to rush things. Only 27 years old, already 6-0, making his UFC debut. Not even in his prime yet, and has looked really good. But I can't say the same about Ibo Aslan. He's 14-3. All 14 of his wins are by KO. He's got power on the feet. He will stand in the pocket and bang. He's got kind of a forward pressure, aggressive style, but he does kind of wing punches at times. Has kind of a looping, brawling style. I just don't think there's anything special about Ibo Aslan. Like, his record looks good, but lost to Turkalj. Looks like he was suffering some cardio issues in that fight. All 14 of his wins are by finish, so at times you wonder what his cardio is going to look like if he's pushed for 3 hard rounds. He did go to a decision with Billy Elikana in his last fight, but in that fight, that was just he didn't really do anything in that fight. Neither of the guys did. It was very tentative. Billy Elikana squeaked it out, but not a lot happened, so I'm still not really convinced as to what this guy's cardio looks like when it does go past the first round. You know, he's a big guy, a lot of muscle, throws with a lot of intent, and so I'm just curious to see what he looks like when he's really tested and pressed. And I feel like Ivo is the type of guy who's going to get in there and get in his face and get after it early, be looking to get him out. But Ivo, on the other hand, again, 6 wins, all finished within the first round. Not really sure about what his cardio looks like either. And going into this fight, undefeated, highly touted prospect, big performance off of Dana White's Contender Series in 20 seconds. A lot of pressure. You know, it smells like an adrenaline dump. Poor performance against a guy like Ibo Aslan, who's, you know, been in the UFC with 4 fights now, 2-2, but does have the experience advantage. Older, going to be the bigger guy. I think that Ibo Aslan, power on the feet, wings, punches, but I feel like he's there to be hit. I feel like he doesn't move his head very well, kind of moves straight back with his head on the center line. We saw that in his fights with Turkalj. He's got decent takedown defense, but Ion Cutelaba got him down and got him down twice, I think, and ended up getting the submission. I just feel like Ibo Aslan, I think he's just the guy, he's used to being the hammer, not used to being the nail, and I feel like he hasn't really fought the best competition. Neither of these guys have really faced the best competition, but it's like as soon as Ibo Aslan takes a step up in Ion Cutelaba, he gets finished within the first round. And then he takes on Billy Elikana, another kind of untested guy at the time, and just doesn't really do enough in that fight to impress me. Ivo is not going to go in there and just be tentative for 3 rounds. I think he's going to go in there looking to mix it up, looking to lay hands on him, get him to the ground if needed, but he's going to be looking for the finish the entire time. And I just don't think Ibo Aslan responds well to that type of pressure. So I like Ivo. I like his aggression. I think he's got power in the hands. He's got a heavy right hand. He throws straight punches down the pipe. And I think that his aggression and him just getting after it quickly is going to be a little bit too much for Aslan. I like the fact that he'll mix it up with takedowns. He's got good ground and pound. He's got the armbar submissions as well. And we've seen Ibo Aslan. We saw him get pretty easily subbed by Cutelaba. He was choked out by Anton Turkalj. And his wins in the UFC are against Anton Turkalj, who I think he's underrated. But that was a very close fight. That he looked like he was starting to gas before he got the KO in the 3rd round. And then after that beats Rafael Cerqueira in the 1st round, who's also on a 4-fight losing streak in the UFC. 3 of them by finish, 2 of them by knockout, 1 loss to Julius Walker, another untested guy. So I like Iwo Baraniewski. I think he's got more potential. I like what I've seen so far from him. I think that he's got that killer instinct that I think Ibo Aslan has as well, but he just hasn't had an ability to really display it in the UFC and implement it the way that Ibo has, other than the Cerqueira fight, which I feel like is just kind of a gimme fight for him. So I'm going to go with Iwo Baraniewski to get this one done. I think I'll have a big debut and get this one done by finish. Thanks.